A lot of people dread that commute home for work, especially here in Houston. We know because of the traffic.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming. But Dr. Viviana Coles with Houston Relationship Therapy is here with how you can use that time alone to your advantage. Trying to figure this out, but you have something that'll actually help your relationships.
Yes, because for so many people, coming home isn't always actually coming home for the day. They don't really switch off, and it can be like a huge, almost like culture clash when they go from work to home. And that, yes, that includes like running up from the kids as soon as you get to the door, and that can be sweet. But for a lot of people mentally, they need to transition from work to home, and I think a good place to do that is during your commute. Might as well use it.
So what are some ways you can do that?
Okay, the first thing is to establish some routines. This is, some people will come home, they immediately change out of their work clothes. Other people will take a shower. Other people will say, hey, I'm going to take the dog on a walk, and during that walk, it's going to kind of give me that, like, this is not work anymore. So establish a routine as soon as you get home, or even in the car. This can be an opportunity. This is when you listen to your favorite playlist, and it allows you to, again, switch out. But routines are really important.
How do you set physical boundaries?
So this is when you say, okay, when I get home, if I'm in this area, if I'm in my living room, if I'm in my kitchen, if I am, or as soon as I walk in the door, I'm no longer in work mode. And sometimes having like a home office can actually be a bad thing because you can work all the time. Guilty. But if you are able to set some boundaries around where you are at the house and it's no work zone, stick to it.
And then how do you disconnect from work, though, when it comes to you being someone who, you know, you may have an office at home, for example?
There's probably an app for that, right? But I would say put your phone away, or put your work phone away during your non-working hours. That's very difficult to do, but sometimes couples will, you know, use a box where they put all of their gadgets to go ahead and disconnect for the night, but of course plug them in so you have battery in the morning. Other people will say, when it comes to checking my email, no. And there is an app for that. I just found it. I think it's called Boomerang or something. But set actual office hours where even if you were to check your email, it won't show up until you've told it to. So if you need help from yourself, there's an app for that.
Oh, good. A little reminder for you, just in case you get distracted and do it. Exactly. What about different activities to help you just really be able to transition and stop working?
Okay, so when you get into your mode of transportation on the way home, that's going to be a chance for you to drink some water, breathe, put your AirPods in. I said it the right way. I usually say earbuds, but that's old school. Put those things on so that you can listen to something, whether it's a motivational podcast or just calm music. Of course, there's an app for that as well if you just want to breathe during that time. But this is a real opportunity that's kind of handed to you, and if you're not using it, you might get home and still be riled up from the day. Also, don't talk about work when you get home. Even if you feel like that's the only thing that there is to talk about, I'd rather you listen to something and then bring it home and say, hey, I just heard something that's really interesting. Let me share it with you. And for all of you who want to get way more in depth about this, head over to Dr. Viviana on Instagram. Spell it out, DoctorViviana, and I'll be posting all of that there. Also, I'm matchmaking someone here in the Houston area. 45 to 55-year-old women. If you're single, head over to vividrelationships.com, and I'll post about that as well.
Oh, how fun is that?
Shoot your shot.
Looking for love.
Good luck.